Are we ready? What if I told you there's a man who went by farm animal, Rogers, Huckleberry, Dr. Bear? He silenced 15-year-old boys with one swing of the bat.
Back in our day, everyone can drink. You know, I have a board full of drinkers right behind me, all just world-class drinkers. But the difference maker was someone that could eat hot dogs at the same rate that they could drink. And to do both is just special. Now, back in the days when me and Delaware and guys like Jason Mislin were doing it, you know, performance-enhancing drugs were a part of the game. You know, before I did my 999s, I took Prilosec beforehand. I did Tums after every inning. Now that the game is cleaned up and that's completely out of it, for Brian to try to put up the numbers that we used to put up, it's just not gonna happen.
This guy's a legend. He's a myth. Everyone knows who he is, but no one knows who he is. It's Brian Rogers, the one and only. 15 years ago, bar, Nacho Mamas. Casual conversation. Hey, you like the Orioles? I do. How about you? I do as well. You play baseball? I did too. You know what's up? I think you do. 15 years later, here we are. The guy who just loves hot dogs.
So there's just certain names that come to mind. You know, Jordan, Tiger, Phelps, Brian Rogers.
Anyone who's been to Oriole Park at Camden Yards have seen the bronze baseballs on Utah Street. Any player that hits a home run on the Utah Street gets their name and date, you know, on a bronze ball. Ken Griffey is the only one to hit the warehouse. I'm looking forward to the day where they put a bronze hot dog in Suite 69 where Brian threw up.
These guys, Jordan, absolutely unwavering desire to seek excellence and demanded that from his teammates himself. Tiger Woods, you know, started out with trying to make sure that, you know, showing everybody that he belonged there. That phenomenal quote, you know, where's the first tee? What's the course record? I mean, the guy's just undoubtedly the best of all time. Michael Phelps. All those medals, you know, guy that can out swim a fish. Brian Rogers, what can you say, man? I've never seen anybody be able to eat a hot dog like that before. That unwavering mental capacity, the form to it, it's ridiculous. What he has been able to do for that. What can you say?
As a lifelong Orioles fan, there's these indelible moments that you just will never forget where you are, what you were doing. Bob Andino hitting that walk-off against Papelbon in 15. You know, I was watching my buddy Robbie Nutt get thrown out of loonies again. Delman Young, you know, the bases clearing double in the playoffs, I think it was 16. I was upper deck, last seat in the stadium, you know. But the best moment in baseball history, in my opinion, is being there for front row for the Brian Rogers 999 challenge.
There's reports that one Brian Rogers, Tony Pops, is trying to do a 999 challenge because he was the biggest loser for this year's Quality Hams fantasy football round. So while I hadn't played fantasy in 9 years, I was not the biggest loser. Very proud of that. So we're going to watch him suffer in pain on a Tuesday night.
As he guzzled down that first dog, he just had a sparkle in his eye. And he had the confidence. He looked 10 feet tall, strong as an ox. At that point, we were thinking, he could do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I truly believe that he can be one of the greats. You know, everything that he's done so far, I mean, you just look at it, the way he's developing, everything that's been happening, he's developing this phenomenal eater. He can be one of the greats. He really can be. He can be one of the Delaware Daves, one of the Drew Burtons, one of the Macerises, you know, if he continues on, you know. But that's why we watch, right? You know, that's why we watch. We want to see the excitement of it all. We want to see it happen. But I want to be one of the guys that's right there, that's, you know, cheering them on. That's where I mean, to be able to see something like that in person, whew. I don't know, man. Just.
This is Carl. You know, I'm out here at Bushwood, and I'm preparing for the 999 Quality Hams Challenge. And they told me if I lock up all the golfers, they're going to throw away the key. Well, you can see we got the California Bluegrass mixed with the California Sensimilla and the Fetterman Bent and stoned to the bejesus belt. But Rogers is definitely going to fail. He's definitely not going to do all of the. I got to go to the pool and the pond. See y'all.
Like Justin Bieber walking into a Diddy party. He had no clue how bad his asshole was going to hurt the next day.
So we're talking form. Form now. I mean, yeah, speed eaters. You got the individuals. You got the two-handers. You got the guys that are dunking everything. And I mean, I think Rogers could be a decent. I really think he could compete at the speed eating as well. Like if you know, if they would allow the vodka Gatorades in there, I think it's a landslide. Dropping that in, I mean, he's hydrating, he's taking care of it as he's just throwing these hot dogs down. I think he'll be great. But again, we're talking about the marathon here, and again, vodka Gatorade. I think he would be. You throw that in a beer, it's lights out. But we gotta, you know, tradition is tradition. You know, who am I to say? Tradition is tradition. Beers, hot dogs, 9 innings. You know, I mean, you do have the pitch count these days. You got to take that into account as well. I get that. You have the pitch count that's to it. It speeds the game up. The innings are faster. You don't have that time to digest. But, you know, he's the guy. I think he can do it.
We have this new generation of people that are just completely changing their respective sports. Shohei in baseball, you know, both pitching and hitting at very high levels. Live Golf and Bryson just completely changing the way that fans are viewing golf. And now we have people like Bonnie Blue and Brian Rogers who have completely changed the way that we watch people take in leaners.
So yeah, I mean, the other hot dog guys out there, Joey Chestnut, Kobayashi, sure, okay, whatever. Those names are going to be forgotten, you know? They're all the speed eaters. Yeah, sure, it's fine to go ahead and turn your brain off and just go ahead and shove a bunch of hot dogs down, you know, just hustle through it. Rogers, I mean, what the thing that he has is, you know, it's the 9 innings. It's the 9 innings. You have to pace yourself. There's that mental toughness that goes into it. It's just a game plan. It's you know, it's not that speed factor. It's a marathon, you know. He's kind of like, you know, Lance Armstrong of eating hot dogs, you know, but, you know, two huevos.
He took that last bite and then stared into space, you know, for 30 seconds. And we didn't know what he was doing. And finally you hear him mumble, "It's too hot outside for a penguin." And that's when we knew that he was hallucinating.
As a paid executive of GWSMLF Incorporated, I have conferred with some other former and current executives, many of whom are member of the Quality Hams. And we want to thank Mr. Rogers for his time with the organization, but we feel it may be in the best interest of all parties for him to get fresh start. At the end, maybe looking because they're trash now. So we just want to thank him for all his hard work, and we wish him the best.
As athletes, we always live in the moment. We don't like to think about hanging it up at any point. But you do get to that point where you realize that you're old and playing a young man's game. Now, Brian has been graying for years. You know, at this point in this particular game, you could tell he was hurting. He's aching and just struggling to get through. And I think that's the first time he actually thought about it. And you could see him, you know, kind of fighting internally with himself. Do I keep going? Do I hang it up? And you see the defeat in his eyes. And that's when he takes his plate, scribbles something down, and hands it over to us.